And you pull them out, it's not just a chip, it's like full
crunchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just like the
extra
flat
crunchy.
It's
yeah.
like 10 times better.
That's true. I agree.
We all
I agree.
write that down for your focus.
I
all
already
have
had
to
it.
write that down.
Get this,
Maybe Pringles needs to fold some chips in that.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
You guys don't even know what this focus group is about yet. So.
I was almost.
I just was told there were snacks.
Apparently I've been lied
But
to.
you're getting them at the end.
Yeah, we get them at the end.
Maybe.
There will be snacks.
Okay, go. Hurry.
Hold on.
Okay.
He just like completely bailed out. It's not good.
No snacks. I'm out. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so I'm Sandra, telecommunications major. I'm a senior, what else did I say? 21, and I'm from Downingtown, Pennsylvania.
Oh, favorite chip?
Oh, Lay's, like brand.
Original, or
Yeah.
just all encompassing?
Wait.
Original, and then barbecue.
Okay, good.
Alright, I'm Nicole. I'm a criminology major. I'm a senior, 21. I'm from Flanders, New Jersey, and I also like Lay's.
Nice.
I'm Audrey. I'm an advertising major. I'm a senior, I'm 21. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and my favorite chip is Pringles.
I'm Chelsea. I'm a marketing major. I'm also a senior. I'm 21. I'm also Hispanic, and my favorite is Pringles.
Okay, so now, in no real particular order, we just want to ask you guys a little bit about your snack consumption habits. So, like, if somebody wants to tell us maybe about the most recent snack they've had, or like their favorite type of snack, doesn't have to be chips. How often, time of day, when, where, any information that you guys want to tell us will be helpful. So, whoever wants to start.
I'm a constant snacker. so
Very
I don't
common.
know. I don't know. I mean, I do eat chips or like chips and salsa, like granola bars, fruit, ice cream. Ice cream, not as much though, but like I really like ice cream.
Would you say that you preferred a sweet or a salty snack?
Probably sweet.
Okay. And I'll pose that question to everybody in the room.
I usually eat granola bars.
Granola bars.
I skip last meals and just eat granola bars. I'm too lazy to eat meals. I'll eat like 4 granola bars instead of a meal. This works. I like salty snacks.
Cool.
Can we have sweet and salty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of hard to pick.
Go ahead. I mean, like, yeah. If you want to name like specific brands,
Well-
specific flavors
well,
of
yeah.
brands, like go right ahead.
Because like one of my favorite snacks is like the Nature Valley sweet and salty bars, and that's like literally both of those. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I feel like we're like getting close to the airplane.
I don't know, but that's one of the snacks I like to eat. I like to eat chips, popcorn. I'm not like too big on snacking though, just like later at night, I guess.
Sounds more salty.
So later at night rather than
Yeah.
like during the day.
Rather than throughout the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like too with snacking, like I feel like the sweet ones, I'm more inclined to eat them at night because it's more like a dessert kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So like if I was having like like I don't know, like if you're considering like a chocolate bar snack, like that I'd rather have like at night. Whereas like during the day, I feel like I normally eat something more like salty because that would be something maybe like I'd pair with my like meal at lunch too. So I think I would do that.
I'm always that kind of person that just eats salty with sweet. So like I'll probably like go to like the convenience store and I'll buy like a bag of chips. But then like my favorite snack is also like the Welch's fruit snacks. You know, because
Those are
I'm
good.
like a child.
Yeah.
And so like I will just kind of like go back and forth in between those. So like that's what I usually do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I tend to snack when I'm watching TV. Like, always feel like I need to snack on something. So I eat a lot of like chips and popcorn. So.
I feel like too during the day I try to have healthier snacks because like it's more like meal time kind of. So I'm like, oh, I should be eating something healthier. But whereas again, like at night, where I'm like, oh, like I've already eaten like some healthy stuff throughout the day, so like I could have something like not as healthy. Where like with like chips too, like I try to not eat those like as often. Like it's more of just like a treat kind of thing, I guess.
Do you guys find that when you're snacking, is it mostly a result of being hungry or mostly a result of just like wanting to eat something, whether you're like just bored or just like having a craving? Does anyone?
I feel like it's more boredom with me.
More boredom?
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Like something that would be habitual, just like something that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So now I kind of want to like narrow the focus a little bit just to chips. So like everybody wrote a chip brand that they admire, I suppose. That they respect.
His
They
friend
have
chip.
a lot of
Wait,
respect.
let's go back.
Oh yeah, sorry, Mitch.
How do you know my name?
Would you like to share with us let's start with your name, major, and favorite chip brand.
So my name is Mitch. Mitchell Warby.
Okay.
Awkward pauses. Okay. I'm majoring in mechanical engineering like Drew as well. I am a senior. I'm 21, white, Pittsburgh, and Sun Chips.
Sun chips.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, right? That's a good one.
Now, would you say sun chips are like your favorite snack at all, or just like potato chip brand
If
snack?
I had to go with like a chip, I would go with Sun Chips.
Do you have a favorite snack that's not a chip? Like if you could have
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
Would you care to share it with us?
Gummy bears.
Gummy
And
bears.
I forget the name of the one specific brand, but it's like Albatross or something.
Okay. Like those gummy butterflies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So now I'm gonna stay with you for a second. You're walking through the chip aisle in a supermarket. So you like Sun Chips, right?
Yeah.
What to you is enticing about Sun Chips as opposed to other brands? Because like there are so many and everyone's trying to grab your attention.
I would say like the look of it kind of drew me to it at first. And it's not like like Lay's chips. You have that standard like circular like yellowish color.
Okay. A shape of a color.
I know what you're saying.
All right. No, I see it.
I get it.
Most of the chips follow that pattern, and then like Sun Chips, it's like, oh, we're brown and we're square. Oddball in it.
Okay, very good. Anybody else? Like, what qualities do you guys look for in like your favorite brand? Like, what do you like most about your favorite brand of chips?
Well, I think for me, when I'm buying chips, it depends on what I'm buying them for. Cause like I know with like Pringles are my favorite, and like when I think of buying Pringles, like I am buying them for myself. Like I can easily just eat an entire can of Pringles. But like if I'm having like friends over or something, I wouldn't buy Pringles because like it's not enough. I don't think for everyone. So I'd rather just have like a big bag of like chips. I don't know. Like I just feel like that's better for like if I'm having people over. So that's kind of like dependent on when I'm buying chips. If it's more just like for myself or for like a big like event with like people coming over.
I also feel like Pringles is like better for snacking just because it's like
Yeah.
nicely stacked and like
Mhm.
you can just go one by one.
Yeah. Plus you can put the lid back on. You don't
Yes.
have to like have your own twist tie or
Right.
anything like that. Like I would just have to use my ponytail holders. Like,
Like,
those, like I
Well, you're
need
supposed
those.
to finish it all in one sitting.
That's true, but they're so much bigger. Pringles like just like easier.
So would you say that Pringles are more of an individualized chip?
Like for one individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
So like you would probably go for another brand if you're having a party or something.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Anything in particular that you like about your favorite chips when you're walking through the supermarket? It can be price, packaging, taste. Taste is also good. Nostalgia. Anybody have like childhood memories associated with their favorite chips? Like my mom always used to buy X chip brand.
Yeah, kind of. Well, my dad used to like work for hers, so we had like a ton of them, and that was like 70% of my meals as a kid.
Okay.
So like, I don't know. That's why I'm just used to them the most. That's why I like them.
So like if you're, this is probably gonna be redundant, but like when you're in the store and you're just like walking through, do you just always have that one brand that you gravitate towards, or do you like kind of like scope it out, look at like prices? Like what are any factors that would play into your purchase decision if you were just like craving something salty and wanted a snack?
So usually like with me, I like kettle cooked chips. So like I'll look for kettle cooked chips and then I'll try to find like the cheaper one. So like I don't necessarily have a favorite brand, but just whatever's on sale.
Gotcha.
Anyone else like consider price with it, or are they all pretty much the same that it doesn't really?
I pretty much do what she does. Kettle cooked, and then look for what has a good price and looks decently delicious.
I normally, if I'm buying, like again, not for myself, but for like if I know people are coming over, I'll look for just ones that I know I've had before that I still like. So like I know like I like Cape Cod potato chips. So, like if I want to get a kettle cooked one, I'll get like Cape Cod. And if I want like something like a barbecue one, like maybe I'll get like a Lay's one or something. But like normally they're just brands that I've like had before and I know the brand. So like I'll get those ones.
And do you like normally stick with brand name ones, or would you be like if you're at like Weiss, would you get the Weiss brand chips, or do you normally go towards the ones that you know you like?
I would always go for brand name. I don't think I would ever buy like a store brand chip.
Okay.
No.
Is that because of quality or because there's not enough of a difference?
Probably quality. Like, I've had too many bad like store brand foods to like try anything else. I don't want to go home and have a bad bag of chips. Like, it's too much.
Yeah, and I feel like
Yeah.
with chips too, the price is normally around the same. Like I feel like normally
that's what I
like
meant the difference was.
yeah, like a bag of like Lay's is maybe gonna be like 40 cents like more expensive than like the like random grocery store one. So like it's 40 cents like at least like I don't know. But, like
Yeah, but like with like I'm the opposite. Like I don't like kettle cooked chips, and I don't like baked chips. You know, like even though Lay's, but it's like baked Lay's. Like no, like like
those
miss
are
me with
nasty.
that.
Oh,
You
I
know, like I
love
don't
The
like.
baked ones suck.
But it's like if I'm trying
The
to like,
baked ones are great.
it's just kind of like
Kettle
that.
cooked
I
are
think
great.
like I know the brand that I like, and if I want like a kettle cooked chip or I want something like healthier, I'm gonna go with what I know if I want to try something different versus like buying just like a gross bag of chips. And like sometimes they don't have flavor. Like they want to make sure they have flavor. They want to make sure they're good. You know,
So like if you're gonna treat yourself, you really want to treat yourself.
yeah. I ain't going to treat myself and be like, oh, I guess I'll go with that. Like no, I have standards. I hold myself up to something.
As you should. Okay.
Okay, so the rumors have been spreading that we have snacks. We do have snacks. We also we did our best to hide what we were focusing on here, but it is Pringles.
what? I didn't know that.
So we do
We were all here this whole time.
we do have cans of chips for everybody. You can pass those down. Pass
There's
them.
different flavors. Salt and vinegar. You each get your own too.
I'm literally so excited right now.
And a little baked potato.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
And-
the cheddar.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
And of course, feel free to trade if you see one that's enticing. If anybody's interested.
Like loaded baked potato.
That was one of the more interesting ones that we found.
Good.
That one?
I've-
tried that one.
I've never tried it.
Sounds
Try it right now if you want to pop it
Feel
open.
free to
Can
crack
we-
them open.
Yeah, go ahead.
You were allowed.
I
Yeah. Go ahead. Actually,
Have
before
these
you
been
guys
here? Yes. Oh wow.
before you guys start eating the chips, I just want. Sorry. Sorry, I should have held you guys just real quick. Just take a look at the packaging.
Sorry.
And I just want to get some thoughts on what you guys like and dislike about it.
Well, another thing I know I like about Pringles is like if you are like packing them somewhere where you have to like take them, they're like a lot easier to pack than a bag of chips. Like I know when I go on planes, like I'll bring a thing of Pringles and I can just stick in my water bottle holder on like the side of my backpack, and it's awesome. So it's like super easy to transport. Plus, like if you were to put it like in like a bag and you're going on a picnic or something, they're not gonna get crushed. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like they're in the can. Like it's obviously not the sturdiest can, but like a lot more protection. It's like, you know, safe. Like safe in a little can. Whereas like a bag of Lay's is gonna get like mashed up and then it's like harder to eat. But these always
Right.
stay perfect.
So yeah, you can go ahead and start eating if you want.
Is everybody happy with their
Yeah.
findings? I don't know if that's the right word.
Which one was
Are you
rejected?
happy? You don't
Salt
look
and
happy.
vinegar?
No, I'm fine.
Rejected.
Yeah, feel free to share.
Actually, could I try one of the loaded baked potato? I'm just curious.
Actually, I kind of want to.
The
The
Oh,
pizza
evolve.
actually
Okay.
tastes like pizza.
Wait, real. Okay.
Like it actually tastes like pizza.
Which one is that?
This is a pizza. I've
Whoa.
never had these.
Can I try the
Isn't
pizza?
that weird?
Okay, I like
There's a lot going on. Let me get one of those baked potato ones.
When you're trying new ones, like take note of
We
which ones you
rejected
like.
this one. I just want to like roll it.
Yeah, I know, so I grabbed it. I was like, pour salt and vinegar.
Oh man.
I'm gonna cleanse my palate.
All right, so here's a pretty straightforward question, and don't be afraid of hurting our feelings. Do you guys like Pringles?
Hello.
No.
No.
What?
He's a
So
kettle
sorry.
cooked man.
Kettle cooked or die.
You're talking about the fold in the chips.
So you do not like Pringles.
I mean, I'll eat them.
Okay.
But, like, I would never choose them.
Is there anything
She'll
like?
eat anything though.
If it's available and that's all that's available, I'll eat it.
Got it.
But like, I would never like say there was a bag of Lay's here, like regular chips. I would choose that over Pringles.
So now I want to ask you: do you think that there's a type of person that eats Pringles that you would associate with?
Oh, great.
Like, do you think Pringles has any characteristics to it that that would draw a certain kind of individual?
It's okay, I don't know.
What kind of individual? I don't know. No, I wouldn't associate that.
Nothing in particular. So you enjoy
I love
Pringles.
Pringles.
Yeah, those baked potatoes are weird.
One of the things I really like about Pringles too is like one obviously I like eat the whole thing, but I feel like the aftertaste isn't as bad as when you have it. Like I hate regular Lay's potato chips. I think they're disgusting. And like even with like kettle cooked, which I like kettle cooked every once in a while, but I always feel like grosser after I eat kettle cooked, and like they have a worse like aftertaste. But Pringles, I find that like don't have a bad aftertaste. Like I don't know if it's just like in my mind, but I feel like they are not healthier, but like a little bit. Like obviously they're still chips, but like I just don't feel as gross after I'm done eating them.
Another thing I noticed with like Pringles is like I tend to find myself
Tastes
like if I
something.
want like
Yeah.
regular chips, I'll just buy like other brands. But if I
Is
want
it
something
good?
flavored,
I mean,
I'll go with like a Pringle.
Okay.
with this loaded baked potato, they could get rid of this cannon.
They get rid of oh on the
There's a
packaging.
cannon on the packaging. They don't need it.
Well, it's loaded.
Wait, what's the
I-
difference
you
between a
can
Memphis barbecue?
Which one of them? Like a pistol?
Just
Have you
make
ever
it
had,
glow
like-
around everything else that's there. It looks
What's
heavenly.
the sausages in Germany? Like
Do you
raw-
think
like
that-
You're probably
raw,
right,
but like you know the sauce they put on it? Those
So
sound
Mitch,
like
do you
that.
think that there are any?
Like pulled pork or sauce
yeah,
they
yeah.
put on like sauce.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And I'm
Um,
uncomfortable.
Are there any other cans that you would like change the design of, like you think
Yeah.
are
I like this
Let
one.
me. Let me.
Oh, I
see.
just, yeah, I love that one.
the
I
cheddar
like this
cheese?
one.
This
Taste
makes
is
sense.
Oh, it's like peeling them off.
Cool.
The sour cream and onion
I
one
wish it was just cheese
is
inside.
kind of creative
but, I mean,
though.
I'll take what I can
The
get.
sour cream and onion one is like creative because at first I was like they could do without the diving board, but when
Oh, I
like
love
when
the
I thought
diving
about it,
Mhm.
it's actually pretty cool.
So you don't
'Cause
think
it's,
it's excessive?
No, it's they like
I think it's
animated
cute.
the chips. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about the mustache man?
Yeah,
What?
what about the Pringles man?
I love the mustache man.
I want to know his story.
I don't know what he is though. Like what is
I
it?
think yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Monopoly
from?
man?
is he supposed to be like a Pringles?
Monopoly man?
Yeah,
I've seen them
yeah,
there.
no, but like,
Just
is he supposed to be
Pringles
like the
have
person
commercials?
of like?
I never thought.
The
yes.
creator?
Never
Pringles?
see
I don't
Pringles
know.
commercials.
That is true. I don't understand like what it is though.
Like,
They
is
could,
it supposed to be like
clarify
a
that.
caricature of like
Yeah.
the creator or like the founder of Pringles?
Well, his head is a Pringle, right? I assumed that.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
is it
Yeah.
Well, the
So he
Pringle-
doesn't like
Was he a white
bias
man?
it against other flavors.
Bias against other flavors.
He's the albino.
I feel
chip.
like I like somewhat would have remembered that like there's like the Pringle guy, but like not like 100%. Like I don't know how like recognizable the like logo is because like I do eat a good amount of Pringles and like I don't think I've never noticed like that it's just like the white circle. So I feel like if they changed the background, like if they kept like the mustache and stuff, like people would like it wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, they changed the Pringle thing because what is it? You know what I mean?
No, yeah, we're not really sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what it is
Like I don't
either.
know what it is, so but I don't like recognize it. It's not like the like Honey Nut Cheerios will like be and stuff like
Right.
that, where it's like, oh, like that's Honey Nut Cheerios be. Like if I saw it, I don't even know if I would remember it.
So would you like to see him developed a little more, maybe in Pringles marketing or advertising?
I think
Yes.
we should use them. Like he's got that cute mustache.
Yeah, I think that's why, like, at least, like, what you said with Honey and Cheerios, like, all the, like, Tony the Tiger, or, like, the
yeah.
toucan, you know, like, they're, like, animated, and you have, like, what's the guy for, like, Tricks? Or
Oh,
whatever?
yeah, the
Rabbit,
bunny,
Rabbit,
yeah,
the rabbit.
You kind of have, like, a relation to the character, but, like, for this one, you just kind of, like, he's just there, but you don't really see, like, a relation with the character, too.
There's no
It's just
personality
so-
to it.
Okay, so this is a bit of an oddball question, but we were just kind of brainstorming. And do you think? Well, does anybody think that Pringles are a hipster chip, quote unquote.
Oh, that's a no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
No.
okay, so like if we just like take it back a notch, like when you're thinking of like Pringles in your mind, like what do you think of? Like, is it something that is maybe something that you overlook? Is it, or like anything? I'm not trying to feed answers, but like
Especially,
if you're just like thinking objectively about Pringles as a brand, like does it have desirable qualities? Is there like something that you think is negative about it?
I feel like Pringles has been around for a really long time. Like I remember taking like the little mini ones in my lunch when I was younger, but like I feel like they haven't done anything like I feel like as some like Lay's will have like those competitions where you can like do new flavors and stuff, so they really like promote their new flavors, but like there's so many. They have like freaking baked potato, but like I feel like they don't do a good job marketing that, and like they need to like play that up more because it's just kind of like this brand that's just kind of like always been there, and there's no like negative connotations with it, but it's not like ooh Pringles. It's like if you're loyal to Pringles, like I've been eating them, like I like Pringles, so I go for it, but like it's gonna be harder to get new people to just go try Pringles because it's like you don't see anything like with like marketing or anything like that.
So can you remember the last advertisement that you saw for Pringles?
Yeah.
Would you
No.
say that they've been lost in everything else?
Yeah, lost in the clutter.
Anyone else agree or disagree?
I feel like they kind of stick out when you go to look for chips. So I feel like their marketing is their packaging. I mean, if you go look for chips, everything's in a bag, but with Pringles, they're in a can. And with that, it makes them stick out more.
But do you think seeing a commercial for Pringles on TV or a display ad on Facebook, do you think that would entice you or someone else to go out and buy Pringles? Because there's a difference between liking Pringles and then actually making the
Right.
purchase decision.
I think with advertisements, it'll push people to go buy them. I think it, I don't know, yeah.
They'll remember them more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, like, whenever I'm going to buy chips, if I see a Pringles ad, then I'm going to be thinking Pringles. Meanwhile, most of the time, I'd be thinking Lay's or Sun Chips, just because that's my favorite brand. Pringles is, like, my second.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Do you remember seeing ads of like any chip brands? Like, have you seen anything lately?
Doritos.
Doritos. What do you think about the Doritos ads?
Those are awesome just because they're fan-made. For the most part.
Would you say Doritos is the most prevalent? Like, who do you
In
think?
advertising.
In
Yeah.
advertising,
Yeah.
yes.
I would,
So-
like
But they're the worst chip.
in
Alright, you have to just roasting.
They're awful. It's either good or bad.
Well, yeah, those are like opposite of kettle cooked, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
as far as
Mhm.
yeah.
where do tortilla chips fall into here?
Oh.
I feel like they're advertised with dip always.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not like a
Salsa.
standalone like chip.
No.
They're
Also,
like they have to be accompanied.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also feel like that's
consider them in the same category as Pringles. Like, would you even?
No.
No.
I don't like that you can't really dip Pringles. I feel like that'd be weird. Like if I have like some ranch dip
That's
or like
valid, yeah,
some
because it's
onion
shape.
dip or something, I'm not gonna dip a Pringles in it. That'd be weird.
I would be okay with dipping it in ranch. I don't know.
Maybe it would
No
make
one
it
else.
good.
Well, they do have
Dipping it
ranch
in
Pringles.
ranch?
There are
Ranch
ranch Pringles. There, just
Touche.
to throw this out there, worldwide there are actually over 100 Pringles flavors.
He went to Canada to get ketchup Pringles.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
That's why you
Were
were
they any good?
That's right. They.
Oh, wait.
I don't want to skew anything, but they were. Yeah.
Why aren't they
Weird.
here?
I
He
didn't.
ate them.
Because he
Didn't smell
he
good.
went
They went all the way to
way
Canada. He's gonna eat them.
So,
They had like a childhood with it.
so, is anyone surprised by the number of flavors of Pringles that there are?
Yes.
I'm curious
Does that
as to the
make-
odd ones.
They do have, I believe some of the weird ones that I remember are, they have crab.
Cool.
That's available I think only in Japan.
Of course.
I was gonna say, I know they have like
Japan.
worldwide
I love
different
that
ones.
place.
Because when I was
Japan has
in
the
Spain,
weird
we had like
I
a
love that weird country.
Wasn't there like
It's
blueberry
incredible.
hazelnut or
Blueberry
something?
hazelnut is in Russia.
Do they have gummy
And-
bears?
They do not have gummy
And,
bears.
They got
Would
If
you
I take a bite, it crumbles.
would you buy a sweet chip? Like would you
Yeah.
Yeah, because they do have like salted caramel or.
They had butter caramel.
I've tried their chocolate
That was one
ones.
flavor.
Didn't
Are they
like
chocolate
them.
covered? Or they're just
No,
chocolate
it's
flavored?
like chocolate
Yeah.
dusted, and I think that's where it went wrong.
That is strange.
Are the different
That's weird.
is like the
It wasn't that it was
variety?
chocolate. It was just the dust. Yeah.
Sorry. Is the variety of flavors something that attracts you to Pringles, or if you're gonna buy Pringles, you just end up buying the same brand that you know you like anyway? Like,
Original.
Yeah, I just
so you
Original
go
or
you.
cheese. Yeah.
So like, do the variety of flavors mean anything to you, or like, would you consider that like a unique selling point of Pringles, or is it just like not really matter because you would just always buy sour cream and onion?
I kind of like the variety because I think if I saw like a crazy flavor at the store, I'd probably buy it just to try it.
Okay.
Because I'm, like, I would probably try any flavor, to be honest. Like, they all sound kind of good to me, so I think that's a good selling point.
Lay's had some kettle cooked like weird flavor. I think it was like crab, and then they had like another one that was like sriracha or something, and we got those just to try them, and ended up being great. And bought all those only until they were out of season and started doing something else.
Now those seasonal flavors, would you prefer that stuff like that stuck around, or do you think it's kind of makes it special?
I wish they stuck around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it makes it special because, like, I know, like, I love the Halloween Oreos, so like the orange ones. It's like, oh, it's Halloween time. I get those Oreos, so it's like I'm more like I like Oreos, but I don't buy them that often. But I always make sure to buy them at Halloween time. So if they had them all the time, I just probably wouldn't buy them as often.
But they don't taste different, do they?
I don't know. There's something about them.
It's an orangey vibe.
I think it's kind of different though because at least Oreos are like season, like it's actually stuck to like a season of Halloween versus like a flavor.
Like
So
a
after
limited
that-
time versus a season.
Yeah, versus
Yeah.
a seasonal thing. Like one of them you have a relation to like a month or like an actual season of like the year versus just a flavor that might just be rotational for like 6 months of the year or something like that. I think it might be a little different because of like the situation.
I feel like back too with like the different flavors. Like I always get the original, but like I wouldn't want to buy like a whole tube of like one that I haven't tried necessarily because I just know I like the regular one. But like this kind of thing is like fun when we talked about like the party atmosphere earlier, like having a Pringle party where like everyone like gets a different one and like try different ones. Like I feel like that's kind of like fun because like trying the baked potato one where like you're not like set in stone to having to eat the entire thing. Like and it's like, oh, I wasted my Pringle money on these stupid baked potatoes. It's like this would be like I'd be more inclined to try them if like I was with a group of people and everyone had a different one, so then we could all try
Right.
different ones. But I feel like it's kind of the same. I don't know how many people buy the Lay's ones, but they have all those different flavors. But like I don't even know how many people buy the different flavor ones. I feel like people still just buy like regular Lay's. Like it's, I don't know.
Now they do have Lay's does make something similar to this where they pretty much just rip the same packaging.
It's a ripoff.
Oh,
Yeah.
the stacks.
The
Yeah.
Lay's
Yeah.
stacks.
They're
What are your
terrible.
thoughts on those?
They're terrible.
What was the CVS one that we saw?
Oh.
Wait, who has tried the stacks?
God.
What made you try them?
I don't remember. I had them a while. I think I had them when I was like a kid. I think they were
So
just
they've
at,
been around for a while.
I think they've been around for a while. I just like had them at someone's house.
What about you?
What makes you think that they're god awful?
They just they're trying to rip off Pringles.
But
Do
is
they
the
taste bad though?
yeah.
They taste a lot worse than average. Why? I was expecting them to be at least relatively close to like Pringles in taste, but they were much below my expectations. So they kind of failed that test. And my mom bought them because they were cheaper and on sale for whatever reason. Worst mistake.
So Lay's does have like those varieties of chips, especially with their packaging. Pringles has that as well. Can anybody name like, other than the tried and true like the original flavor series? Can anyone name like a different promotion that Pringles has had, or like different types of packaging?
Ketchup.
Or they do have ketchup.
We talked about that.
Or does like none of it come to mind? Because they have had some recent developments. Has anyone heard of Pringles Loud?
No.
No.
Sounds like it has to be.
Yeah.
From my understanding, it is essentially like a flavor blasted goldfish, where it's like they
That
have
sounds good.
they
Yeah.
take an original Pringle flavor and they just add more.
Oh, it might be a little excessive.
Especially for that Memphis barbecue, like that would be
Mhm.
a little too much.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Memphis barbecue too much already?
Oh
It's
yeah.
just flavor.
Can I try
Flavor
one?
town.
Oh, I think that's the best one.
Oh, I didn't say it was bad. I just said it's like a lot of flavor.
Which
Double.
of these are
It
like
makes
new ones
presents.
that you tried that you liked? Like, did anyone like try a new flavor for the first time and really like
I like
it?
the pizza.
I like
Yeah, the pizza was
too.
good.
That was
Yeah.
The
fun.
pizza?
Yeah,
That's always been my favorite.
that was really good.
Does anyone remember the little Pringles stacks?
The half cans?
The half cans. Like, did anyone have those in their lunch packs?
I have the like
The plastic.
I had the
littler ones
plastic
with
ones,
plastic
yeah,
ones.
that are like
Plastic,
folded
they had
to
the
fit.
third, yeah.
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 I remember
I
those.
used to make like the duck
But there
faces
are, they
with them.
still have the half stacks. I don't know about the other ones.
Yeah, I think they still,
have
but
them.
they might buy them in like they sell them in
Big,
like
like,
Costco. I
packs.
think
Like
the big pack, yeah.
So does that the fact that you bought them as a kid, does that influence your purchasing decision now at all, or does nostalgia not play any role, or somewhere in the middle?
I don't know. I don't. Oh, sorry. You go.
I was gonna say, well, you were just saying about the duck face, like, that kind of has nostalgia. Like, I kind of just want to do that with Pringles sometimes. And I would buy Pringles, like,
sweet.
just to eat them and do that.
Have you done that recently? Just curious.
Not like very recently, but maybe within the past, like, year.
Okay.
Like, what do you like? Just like talking about the duck face, like, is that more of just like a memory of like what you used to do? Like, is that something that is special to Pringles, or did you kind of grow out of it?
I'm still a child,
Yeah.
so like I like doing it.
No growing out of the duck
You know.
face.
Like, if you saw an ad and it was like selling Pringles through the nostalgic approach with the duck face, is that something that you would like have a reaction to?
Well, I know like a couple years ago they had a commercial where they were advertising like the whole duck face with the
Mhm.
chips. So they have used that as an advertising point.
Do you have an opinion on it? Or are you just
I think I don't really have an opinion. It was so long ago, but
Mhm.
at that time I think, duck face was like a really big thing, so
yeah.
I think it was a smart advertising point during that time.
Yeah, like I think it might spark you to like remember like your childhood. You'd be like, oh yeah, we used to do the duck face, but I don't know if necessarily that in itself would push you to buy Pringles.
Mhm.
If you like when you're at the store, if you want chips, like you're gonna have it set. I don't know. You might not necessarily just be thinking, oh, I want to make duck faces. Like, alright.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if they're there and you're eating them, you'll make the duck face. But like I don't know if you go out buying them to make said duck face.
So it's not really that big of a factor. Nostalgia. Not much.
Not for me.
Okay. Just wanted to get some thoughts. Does anyone have like a proposition for a new flavor that they would add to the Pringles lineup? Like anything that you've been?
Gummy bear.
Okay, we got gummy bear. I'd actually like to go around the room and get one from everybody, just out of curiosity. So you can take a minute to brainstorm.
Peach.
Peach. Any reason?
I like peach. Like the flavor peach is just my favorite flavor.
Just like.
Like I feel like it would be weird on a chip, but it might be good. Like, why don't we try it? Let's
Yeah.
figure out if it's good or not.
I mean,
if
they
it
have
sucks, can
experiments.
it?
I do believe they have.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I see what you did there.
I think they do have like a peach pie. I remember seeing. Would that interest you at all?
I'd like to try it.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd ever buy it again. If it's good.
Peanut butter.
Ooh. Okay.
Why?
Popcorn flavor could be good.
Okay.
Could be interesting.
I want peas.
Like buttered popcorn or just like?
Yeah, like butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a flavor? I'm just gonna change the subject, but I
Yeah,
realize not everyone
pretty
else.
much any fruit flavor, like
Any fruit.
Okay.
pineapple. I don't know. I feel like it'd be interesting to see
On a chip?
strawberry. Yeah, Let's see what they can do there. See if
Anybody
they can
else
make it.
interested in
I
that?
know they have a. I think they
Taco.
have a churro flavor.
Do they
I
have
think
taco?
they do have
They probably have
taco.
taco flavor.
Yes.
Or like Cajun maybe? Do they have Cajun?
They do have a lot of like those spice flavors.
Okay. Pretty good.
You have a lot of food flavors.
If you could think back to when you would have eaten Pringles, besides us giving you a bunch right now, was it more of like a situation where you were like in your home, were you on the go, were you on a family trip? Like, what scenarios would you find yourself eating Pringles typically?
Watching TV. Last night.
On my couch.
On a road trip, because you're able to reseal them, and that's perfect for road trips. Every road trip I've been on has had Pringles.
That's the
My
stuff.
kind of road trip.
I hate the shape of them though. Like they're harder to eat.
They do
Well,
need
I
to-
I think they
You
just
get 'em
fit
enough
so
in it.
nicely.
Yeah.
No,
They
I
just,
feel like
like,
they're
lay 'em on the
harder
top.
because like you gotta eat the whole thing. If
Well,
you try to bite it, it crumbles
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you guys like shove the whole chip in your mouth.
That's true.
So now if we're on this topic of like pros and
I just did.
cons. So like you would say like a con to it is that you don't like the process of eating the shape of the chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what other like things don't you like about Pringles?
diameter.
The diameter.
I was gonna say that. With
Or
the,
hand.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I have
That's
it
a
down
big
for
one,
like
yeah.
how to like get them
Yeah.
out now, but like
Like when you're at the bottom, like 5, and you just kind of got.
you just have to like shimmy them.
Well,
That's the way
Burnham
to go,
made this
but-
point. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a big product flaw that everybody complains about, like across the board. Like we stumbled upon it. We discussed it. We were just like,
But if you
hands are just too big in
Would you
general.
say the short stacks are easier to use than these ones because there's less of a tube when you get towards the bottom, even though there's less chips?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
Because even when your hand fits in, like you still get the stuff like
Oh,
your
yeah,
hand,
yeah.
like all
Yeah,
throughout the
you lick your
sides.
That's true.
Yeah, then you can lick your hand, I guess, but like it's
Like
weird
your
people
entire
see you do
arm.
it.
But that probably like contributes to the individuality of the product. Because like,
Well, yeah.
like nobody wants somebody sticking their whole hand in their mouth and then like back in the
Yeah, it's not something you share like by sticking your whole hand in
It's
like
poor form.
one by one.
Are there any other flaws to Pringles? Or what about like Pringles branding and their image? Would you say that there's any flaws in that?
Like the little guy.
What about him?
He's like out of date. Like they need to amp him up.
But you like the little guy.
Yeah, he's cute. Like
Okay.
I like the mustache and the bow tie, but
He has been pretty consistent throughout the years.
yeah.
we saw the evolution. There's only like 7 different versions.
Yeah,
and they're
it's
all like the tiniest little tweak.
Would anyone else agree with that? Or any feelings towards the man?
Yeah, I like him too. He just needs like some explanation, like we said earlier. Like he's just been the logo, but I feel like since he's like a character, he needs some kind of story.
Mm-hmm.
Like at least just a description of like who he is or something. Like he needs a name or something. Like I don't know if there is a name for him or not.
Yeah, like
If he,
Mr. Pringles.
yeah,
Mr.
Mr. Pringles.
His name's Julius Pringles. Yeah, right.
What do you guys think his name would be?
Julius.
Julius.
Something
Ju-
real old fashioned. Yeah.
Julius Pringles, like a last name Pringles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
know.
relatively confident too.
I mean, I don't think he has a name. I was just asking, like, if he had like ideas.
I think he does have. a
Wait,
name.
I was gonna say, I think it is Julie.
Oh, is it really
Really?
Julius Pringles?
Yeah.
It is.
Wait, no.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want to run this focus?
What?
I'm wearing the suit.
We're in the suit, dude.
Wait, he really does have a name?
I thought he was just mustache man from our
I
research.
literally just thought he was there.
Okay.
He looks
I
like
thought you were
French.
making that up.
No.
That sounded like
Do we like the name Julius Pringles, or do you think that's silly?
Why Julius? Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
silly.
confirmed.
it's
Confirmed?
Julius Pringles?
Julius Pringles?
We don't
Okay, let the record
What's
Yeah,
the
show.
they,
story?
wait, now they have to
Confirmed it.
explain that.
Is there a
Why
story?
is-
Does
I
it
don't
have a
know.
story?
So
Like-
you want the man to have a story.
Yeah.
I want to know his purpose.
His purpose is to serve
What
you.
are his dreams and fears, you know?
Is he a chip himself? Does he want to be eaten?
I will say, as a fun fact, the man who invented the Pringles can was buried in a casket shaped like a Pringles can.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Which
The
is
more
like
you
really
know.
scary.
Goals.
Anyway, are there any other cons or flaws? Then could we reiterate the pros and what you love about Pringles and would never ever want to change?
The can.
The taste.
Well, I mean,
Like
the size of the can needs to change, but the can itself
The
makes
can
it different.
concept.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like Pringles, is there something like just reach down deep inside your heart and see if there's one positive
Find
that
the
you
good in every
Deep down
chip.
inside the can.
yeah,
Pringles
inside
can.
that can.
The taste is great.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, I know you're a Pringles hater. What do you think?
I've been trying to think of something.
If he
Try
can
it.
come up with a pro, that's
Yeah,
our whole
he's had the
campaign.
What about this? Is there anything you think that they would do to
So
get
I mean,
you to
the
buy?
pro, which has already been said, that I do like is the shape of the can.
Okay,
I like the can versus the bag
gotcha.
because it's easier to store. It's easier. Everything about the can is better.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like regular chips in a can would just be not.
Yeah, because they're not as
Weird.
not as
Weird.
uniform.
Yeah.
But you like that chips aren't uniform, because you said you like the
Yeah.
ones that are folded over.
Yes.
Okay.
If we folded Pringles and stacked them the right way, would you like that?
Pringles folds. What do you think?
Well, Pringles aren't crunchy. That's my problem.
Okay.
They're very like a soft chip when you bite into them.
Any thoughts on like the greasiness of regular chips versus Pringles?
Oh,
Do
I
you-
love the greasiness.
you
I
like
don't like the
I
greasiness.
dislike the greasiness.
Dis- So if you dislike the greasiness, you're going to be more inclined to get like Pringles or Sun Chips,
Yeah.
and if you like the greasiness, you'll go for
Yeah.
Kettle cooked or regular?
Who would you say? What brand do you think you guys? Excuse me. What brand do you guys think is winning
Take a pan.
chips
Take it
in
out.
general?
Okay.
Like, who is the bona fide best chip brand that consumers as a whole prefer?
I mean,
Not
most
just
bought
you
would be Lay's.
Lay's. Yeah. Everybody thinks that.
Sun chips on the rise though.
Sun chips are rising from the ashes.
It used to have lips.
Oh, really? In a little bit?
It was taken out.
So the mustache man used to have lips. He's still doing research.
The bangs and the lips were removed in 1998.
Now they're like a float back.
He had bangs and he had lips.
Lips.
I would need to see that.
Who
But-
is this? The Pringles?
Yeah.
Julius Pringle. He's officially known as Julius Pringle.
Mr. Pringles.
Senor Pringle.
And that's
Senor
quoted from
Pringle.
the Kayla.
Bring us
Yeah,
a sriracha
Pringles.
flavor.
Company.
I feel like they could really
That's
work
their
with the
quote.
whole like
A
around
Pico
the
de Gallo
world
flavor.
thing.
And
Like
Like,
Procter and Gamble.
all
now
the
they're
like
they're now they're Kellogg's.
yeah, they're so good.
So if you had to describe Pringles as a person, could you? Like, would you have anything to?
Not the Pringles man.
Not the
actual
Pringles band, but like
product.
actually Pringles as a brand. Like for example, like I was gonna do car brands, but I don't know much about cars. But like you know how like Kia is very different than like Mercedes or like so where in terms of that like do Pringles stands? Like is it a sexy brand? Is it like
Is the Pringles man himself a sexy person?
Oh, he does something for me.
or like is it like a friendly brand, approachable? Like what? Like if you imagined it like as a person, like would you want to be friends with Pringles or like?
You can compare it to a character you know.
Yeah, I'd say he's friendly. I'd say he's like friendly. He's very trustworthy and like reliable. Like you know, you can trust the Pringles. Like
You're not
I
gonna
don't
get
know.
Rocky
there's-
chips.
Like I just keep thinking about the original one, so it's like I know with like those ones, I know what I'm getting each time, and he is like with the little Pringles guy, he is like just like kind of cute, I guess. So I don't know. It's like I like friendly. That was a good word. that you
Anyone
said.
else? Like if you had to like think of the brand as if it were a person. I know it's a weird concept.
What are you thinking?
I say organized.
Organized.
Someone who's very organized. Keeps
You're
things
thinking
real neat.
something.
They don't like a bag of
You
chips
have to
everywhere.
say
They
it.
Oh,
don't-
that's
have their
true.
things
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
good. That's
Picture
good. I like that.
Just a random
They'll
like
keep
guy
us
with a
safe.
Pringles head walking around shoving Pringles in other people.
What? I missed that.
I don't know if I'd like the Pringles guy doing that. Like the Kool-Aid man, he
Yeah,
can
no.
bust through my wall. Give me Kool-Aid, but I don't want someone bust through my wall and handing me Pringles.
It's because he has a mustache, right? It's the mustache.
It's a little more
part.
regular.
Yeah.
Is the mustache off-putting?
Well, I mean, if you're going around with a man with a mustache,
Yeah, if
just
he's
shove
busting
something
the
in your
walls.
mouth. Yeah, it's a little weird.
Does anyone follow Pringles on any social media by any chance?
I should.
Does
I'm
anyone
gonna
follow
start.
any brand on social media?
No.
Like food brand?
Any any
like
food brand.
literally anything. Like
Well, I mean, sports outlets
Follow
you
like
follow,
yeah,
or
sports
that's a
stuff,
brand
but
technically,
like not.
yeah.
anything food or product related, not entertainment related.
Romances.
I don't think so.
Well, even
Okay.
entertainment wise, what do you follow? Like anything that's not your friend or a celebrity. Do you follow
Sports
any
teams.
companies? So sports team.
I don't
Steelers.
follow them. I like to go on like Wendy's and Denny's Twitter because they can get a little sassy, and I think that's real funny.
Okay.
Sometimes restaurants, if they're doing like, oh, follow us and get the free meal, I'm
And then you like
oh.
forget to like unfollow them afterwards.
I don't even use it, so doesn't bother me. I just happen to do that to get the free food.
That's what they're counting on. All those people who just forget to unfollow them.
So you guys like don't engage with companies or brands a lot on social media? Do you have any desire to?
Not unless I have to complain.
Or they have the free
Or they're
stuff.
giving us free crap.
I posted a picture of Oreos that had like a little dot in the center of cream. I posted, I complained.
Did you get a response?
Like
No,
absence.
they didn't even respond.
Oh, you hate to see
Do
that.
you hate the
what
brand
was it?
now?
You have McAllister's.
No, I still love Oreos.
McAllister's.
What's your favorite kind of Oreo?
Yeah, but
I like the regular.
Have you tried mocha?
I have not.
They're
Oh,
new.
the Dunkin' ones?
Pumpkin
Sorry,
apple.
Pumpkin apple.
So good.
I've never.
Apple
Shaken
pie.
apple.
I take it back. Apple pie.
Whoa.
Apple pie. No
Would
pumpkin.
you back to social media? Would you participate in anything social media related for a contest for a brand that you liked?
We get
Well, I
free
mean,
stuff.
If you win the contest, you would get free stuff. It's not automatic free stuff. Or
mean,
like
like,
helping to create a new flavor, putting in submissions, kind of thing.
Yeah, it depends on how much effort you're asking from me.
Yeah,
Because
but
if
you
you're asking
want
me
me
like
to
make
write-
a video submission, I'm
Yeah,
like, God,
no.
like that's a lot. But if you're asking me to like
Or,
vote
like,
or like put
do
in
a
a
poll.
name or like a poll
Yeah,
or something
okay.
like that, then yeah.
What would it take to get a follow?
Free Pringles.
Free Pringles?
Yeah, like
Would that cut it for anybody
Or
else?
like funny ads. Like I know like just like I'm thinking like Twitter. Like I follow like some like friends and stuff, but then I follow like funny accounts. Like that's like for me like social media. I want to do that. So like if they and like I follow different ad things too, just because I really like ads. But like
What
they
you
were
was
funny
saying,
stuff.
when like Wendy's and Wendy's and Taco Bell, they're always like
Exactly,
cute.
like funny
Yeah.
stuff that's like entertaining. Like I don't want just like to see some like I wouldn't want to see me just eating Pringles as an ad. Like that's dumb. But like if it was like funny or something or like entertaining, I would watch it. But
So you
I've
like
s-
when they're more like people than like companies.
Yeah, I've seen other people like posting quick screenshots of like Taco Bells and that, and they'll like just reply to random people's tweets and be like, "Why aren't you getting Taco Bell or something?"
yeah,
And
it's
it
so
always
funny.
ends up like
I
it's
love
like
those,
some
yeah.
person just at their computer posting on behalf of Taco Bell,
It's so funny.
which is pretty fun.
But like overall, you're not really interested in combining companies into your normal social media.
No,
Do you feel like it's really forced? This is kind of just like a.
I don't really see them on social media much because I've never searched for them, so they don't really show up.
So you
in
like that you can control that it doesn't.
Yeah.
What do you think of social media ads? Like on Instagram when there's a sponsored ad.
They're annoying.
I hate it.
Hate sponsored ads.
Yeah.
I hate ads in general. It's just
All these
No,
ads.
it's just a waste of my time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm like trying to watch TV and commercials on, I'm like, oh, commercial.
Okay.
Or if I'm like,
What about like the Snapchat ads that you can click through anyway?
I hate those too. It's an extra.
Just keep
It's an
clicking.
extra click I have to do.
What about
Like,
YouTube
Everyone
ads?
else.
I hate those as well. Like,
Oh, those are the
it-
worst.
Yeah. Like, at least for
YouTube
the
ads
other
are
ones,
by
you just
far
skip
the
through. But
worst.
Now
YouTube
it's
ads, you
annoying
have
because
to like just sit
It's
there
in
and
the
you're like,
middle
I
now
get
too.
TV, I get video,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
Like on
understand the ones you
Facebook
can
now
just
they
click
have
or scroll
ads in the
through.
middle of it.
Yeah.
Even that even gets me.
Oh, those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be
Yeah,
scrolling
it's
through.
trippy,
I
it's
do that a lot.
trippy.
I scroll through Facebook videos watching them, and as soon as an ad comes up, I'm like, this video is not worth watching, and I just go to the next one. Like I don't even
Yeah.
let the 10-second ad go. I'll just move to the next video. I'm like, no.
Where do you guys see ads the most?
YouTube.
YouTube?
Facebook,
Yeah. Twitter, Instagram.
TV.
So social or
Social.
video outlets.
Yeah.
Well, does
Totally.
I mean going back? Just curious about TV. Does anybody watch TV?
Just for sports.
Sports.
Yeah, I'll watch for like Bachelor and stuff like that.
Right. But it's
US
primarily
sports.
like.
Sports and Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like us as college students, it's mainly like we don't watch TV.
Yeah.
Whenever like
We don't have a lot of
later-
downtime.
Yeah.
And if
Later
I do,
on.
I'll be watching Netflix.
Yeah. So mostly like streaming sites.
Are you interacting with any printed media at all, or is everything on a screen basically?
Any printed media.
None.
Daily Collegian from time to time.
Cool.
Anybody have magazines or anything?
Cool.
Do coupons sway your purchase decision at all, or like deals?
Deals, but not coupons. I don't got time for that.
So like if you're walking in the store and it just happens to be like buy one get one free, then you'll be
if they have
persuaded.
like a little sign
Yeah.
right there, it's like, oh, buy one get one free. I'm like, oh, all right, I get this.
Okay.
You got
But now, in your
What
mind,
about anyone else? Do you anyone care about coupons?
If there's if it says the word free on it, I'm likely gonna be interested.
Or like the 5 for $5, and then I actually look at it. I'm like, all right, I'm saving like 10 cents here, but I bought 5 of these for some reason. I do that. I'll buy all 5, and then realize like, why did I do that? I really.
I feel like
saved,
it has
10
to be
cents.
a coupon on your phone too, because like I never remember, like I'm not gonna remember to bring my like coupons to the store. Like if I'm going to the store, sometimes it's just like, oh, like I have time, I'm gonna go now. So like maybe if it's on my phone, I'd be more inclined to use it. But.
Is that different with food purchases versus more like apparel? Will you bring like a 20% off coupon to a clothing shop versus a food?
Yeah.
It's more expensive.
Yeah, because it's more
Okay.
expensive, so I'll remember the
Yeah.
coupon.
That's just my personal
No,
thing.
yeah,
Just
that's-
double checking.
yeah,
That too.
that is.
I have a question. Do deals and coupons cheapen a brand?
No,
I
No.
don't think so.
it's just getting it out there to the consumer.
Okay.
I think for food that doesn't matter, but like for like any other product, it kind of does, because you kind of think of stuff like Apple or something. They never change their prices. There's no deals. You think of them as like an expensive thing.
Yeah.
But like food, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
because everyone has coupons and stuff. True for food.
Yeah, that is true. It's like if you're like, or like nice like clothing, like LL Bean or like Patagonia, like if they have like clearance stuff, like I'm like more excited about it. I'm more inclined to buy if it's on sale. But like that is true. If it's like always on sale though, then you're like, well, it's not.
I hate things that are always on sale.
Yeah.
They like mark things up. They're like, oh, this costs $500. It's on sale for $50. You're saving so much. It's like, fuck you, no.
That's funny.
That 90% savings.
What, your sweater?
That's a good deal.
Anna, do you have anything to add?
Any final words?
You all get a Pringle tube if you would like it.
Yeah, that's
What's
true.
left of them?
Sorry, I single-handedly almost finished these ones, like I said.
Wait, I have one more question.
Oh yeah.
So this kind of goes back to like what we were talking about earlier. So you guys said that you ate Pringles like when you were little, but they're not really top of mind right now. So like, why did the transition like fade as you got older? Or did it just fade? Like there's not really a reason.
I don't know. For me, it's like we love the can and we love that it's portable and everything, but like the way that we've been mentioning, you like take it and you go back to your room or you take on like a road trip or something like that. But like if it's literally just me, like I need to go to class, like I need to go to school and I just need something quick, like I can't carry this around constantly. So I just got in the habit of just buying a bag and just kind of like taking it. It's kind of easier to take around than this. I don't know, but I'm not sure if there's like a reason.
Right. Yeah.
Do you think it
So-
changed from when your parents were buying your food to when you started buying your food? Or not really? Like, did your parents buy Pringles a lot? Were they always in the house at home, and then once you moved to school, that's when it dropped off? Or
Or did you choose? Well, I know sometimes when there's some kids that are little, they get to choose when they go through the store. Okay, pick out your snacks. Did you choose? Did your parents choose? Did that change at any point?
I chose and I didn't choose Pringles. I feel
is
kinda
there
left out
anything
here.
we could do to make you want to buy Pringles? That's okay.
Free. What if they
Can't
were
get 'em all.
free? Would you accept it?
I would take free Pringles.
You would take free Pringles.
That's not gonna help.
It might take me a while to eat. Like I wouldn't like get a free thing of Pringles and like crush them. I'd still like it would take me a lot longer than like. Well, I mean, like it would take me longer than a normal bag of chips to eat because even though they are free, it's not top of the list.
Gotcha.
I feel like I was the opposite. Like, I had them sometimes when I was younger, and it was like a treat if I had them in my lunch, but then we stopped having them. And then when I came to college, I remember being in, like, the Good to Go in the East, and I was like, oh, Pringles, I haven't had those in a while. And I feel like that's when my, like, it really started for me. When, like, again, like, or, like, now, like,
starting back.
like, that's where it started, because, like, I could get them at the Good to Go. And so, like, I don't know why, I just always chose Pringles. And, like, from then, I've just, like, always, like, been even more obsessed with them.
Would anyone say that Pringles are or aren't keeping up with trends in chips? Because I know Kettle is very big nowadays. A lot of you guys said you like Kettle chips.
If Pringles made a kettle cooked Pringles,
How would that taste?
I don't
I
know.
feel like
I
they're
would
too
try it.
thin. Like, I wonder.
Well, you said a popcorn flavor.
Yeah.
Not that they're going to make a popcorn chip,
Make
but
it
would
happen.
you try that?
Oh yeah, I would try
Okay.
popcorn flavor.
No, popcorn chip. Like you know how there's popcorn chips?
Oh.
Like they're
What?
they're
Oh.
they're very
Pop chips?
Popcorners?
Yeah.
Wait, do you mean pop
Popcorners.
chips or popcorn
Like the ones
chips?
that Weight Watchers sells?
not popcorn flavored,
Or
like
like
popcorn
get 2
based
points
chips.
for the 100
So it's not a potato chip. It's not potato based. It's
Popcorn
Are they the
chip.
ones that are called pop chips?
I don't know.
No,
They're
'Cause
pop.
those
they
are
are
good.
like
Especially
popcorners,
dollars, so.
like something like that,
I've
where
never
it's
had
made of
it.
popcorn.
It's almost it's more
Yeah.
like rice cake
Oh, it's fine.
Oh,
texture.
I would try that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the airy. I don't know if that's the right
Airy.
description, but
Yeah.
you said popcorn. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing quick, and then we'll let you guys go, but we didn't talk at all about like health consciousness. Is that something that would deter you from Pringles or affect your purchase decisions at all? Like any desire to be healthier?
When I'm eating chips, I've already decided
Okay.
like I try to avoid chips, but like when I do get chips, it's like
I'm
it doesn't
yeah,
matter. It's
same
like,
way.
Do you buy chips less because you're trying to be health conscious at all, or
Yeah. I avoid the aisle.
Yeah.
Pass
Just
it.
like
Like,
only if
I
I
don't
like
need to walk past all
yeah,
this.
only if I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going home to watch a movie, like maybe I'll just treat myself and get chips. And then at that point, I'm not going to be like, buy the reduced fat ones. Like, if I'm going to eat chips, I'm just going to eat chips. Like,
so
Yeah.
you try to like stay on a healthy streak, but then every now and then you like to treat yourself, and when you do, you treat yourself.
yeah. And back when you were talking about you mentioned like the trends, I feel like the
Yeah.
trend would be like, I feel like the big trend is like the different flavors. I feel like that's the trend because like, you said like Lace has kettle and like maybe they could try the kettle ones, but like I feel like the flavor thing is definitely like the trending thing right now. It's like all these different weird flavors and they're clearly keeping up with that. So
I'm just afraid that if they would try to be like health conscious, it'd be like a third fat, 100 calories, something like that, and then the
Yeah.
flavor would be different, and then it's not really like Pringles anymore.
Yeah.
Like I like it for like the saltiness, for like the certain texture, blah blah, or like the cheesiness. Like, well, if it's gonna be a third of the cheese,
Yeah, just,
like
like,
no,
don't ruin it. If you're gonna be healthy,
You
just
know.
don't eat the chips. But like for the people who want the chips, let's keep them good.
I have one more question, unless anybody has anything. Pringles in a bag, yes or no?
No.
They would break. They're so
Definitely
fragile.
What if they had a different consistency? What if they?
That's personality trait.
Yeah, they are. They're fragile.
What if they did? What if they did have?
Hard on the
Like a
outside,
certain-
but soft on the inside.
What if they had like a?
Trying to make Pringles sexy.
Wait.
Like if they made.
Campaign will be released in the summer.
If they made a kettle cooked chip, would you rather have? And they put it in a bag? Would that be something that's interesting to you, or would it be a total
It
pitfall?
wouldn't be Pringles.
I would try it though.
I'd try it.
Just because it's a different
As
type
long
of
as
kettle
it's, like,
cooked.
tasty.
But if they put the kettle cooked, somehow managed to put it in a tube, that would be pretty awesome.
I think
Okay.
that's the best way. This is their like unique thing. Like they're the one besides the stacks and one of the only ones in the aisle that is like
It's identifiable. that way.
identifiable by it. So like if they put it in bags, like a riot would happen.
It'd be like too suspicious. Like, I'd be afraid to buy them because I feel like they wouldn't taste the same in a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
There's
I
just
don't
like something like the I don't know what it is. The cans.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Any closing thoughts about Pringles? I guess.
Love
Thank
'em.
you for the Pringles.
Love 'em?
Love them. Thank you for them.
Of course. You guys are free to take home.
Do you want the
Yeah, you could leave
the
your
cans
slips
that
on
were
the table.
bequeathed to you. And the waters. Keep the waters.
Aw, thanks.
I
I
know.
want you to
I
have
know.
it.
Just, I want you to have these waters.
That's good. Get my-
Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank you.
This was
We
fun.
really do appreciate it.
Wow.
I think it was a success.
Just throw crap.
Anything.